and especially without Fox, how you guys kind of came together?
Yeah, we came into the game knowing we were down a player, especially a player like Fox, so we know we had to bring a little more juice. I think we executed the game plan as best as we could, and we were just going to execute the game plan and live with the results at the end. The results were definitely what we what we wanted, and credit to the Warriors, obviously a great team, won championships, but I just think we came in here and played super hard.
34 points off turnovers, and you win by 30. Just how big was the ball pressure and scoring on the other end of those in this one?
Yeah, I think just pressuring the ball, making them uncomfortable doing things that they don't want to do was our game plan. And, like I said, we executed it. It was big time. And, came out with the win.
Devin, just your first points in the NBA. What does that feel like? Something probably you've worked your whole life for. Just talk a little bit about what that's like for you.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be a free throw, but I'll take it. It's something you dream about. Definitely was excited. All glory to God. Just excited to keep building on from here. Yeah.
Devin, that first quarter, you guys, been having little issues with starts, but not as of lately. How do you guys, keep that going and capitalize on, like a I wouldn't say a non-offensive effort in that first quarter by the Warriors, but against teams like that?
Like I said, we knew we were down Fox. Had to bring a little more juice. We got to pay attention to doing all the little things, and I think we did that from the jump, which was what we wanted to do, obviously, every game. But I think we've been doing it more and more. So.
Mark and then Jason.
Dev, first game here in Golden State, got matched up with Steph Curry. What was going through your head?
Not to let him shoot. That was honestly all I was thinking about. Our game plan was just not to let him catch the ball. So I did the best I could, and we lived with the results.
And Devin, you had a different vantage point, like up to this point in the season. What the energy that you guys are playing with right now? How do you describe that, and how's that different from what you were watching before you got on the floor?
Yeah, I think it's contagious. Once one person see somebody doing it, then the next person, and it just trickles down the line. I just think it's contagious, and then obviously we want to keep on winning. Wins are contagious. Good vibes in the locker room, good vibes in practice, and we just go from.
DeMar, 4 in a row for you guys now on a little bit of a roll. How, just the energy you guys are playing with, and what you guys are doing. How do you explain, just kind of how you guys have taken it to this level?
I don't know. I think just going out there, leaving it all out there. Playing with joy, freedom. For one another. I would say it's just more so that than anything, just going out there playing freely with joy and for one another.
DeMar, obviously, y'all came out of a tough stretch, and you being one of the leaders of this team, what's been the message you've been preaching, during this good stretch?
Stay with it. We all want to win. We all competitors. We all hate when we was in the slump that we was in, and on the only way out of that was to stick together. It was going to turn. We had a tough, week and a half ago of, so much changing. A lot of stuff was going on, and the only way to get out of stuff like that is to pull together and pull through it. And, I think that's just what we have right now.
Malik had a double-double at halftime, ties his career high for assists. Just how big was he tonight, controlling the pace, getting guys involved?
He was real big, especially without Foxy. Him coming out, being a point guard, handling the ball for us, getting downhill, getting everything kind of, going for us was big. He was a spark for us tonight, especially with him being the plus, 41. That was something we needed, and, he led the charge, so that was big.
DeMar, you guys forced 22 turnovers for 34 points. How do you feel about the defense right now?
Man, Doug just tell us, just be all over the place, be there for one another, and play basketball, make our instinctual reads when we out there, understand the game plan. It's a lot of stuff thrown at us that's new. I think for the most part, just our effort and our activity, being high level more so than anything is, what gave us the opportunity to get so many, turnovers.
DeMar, you talked about playing with joy, and that seems to be a message that Doug has been echoing ever since he took over. Is that something that maybe that message wasn't being delivered when Mike was here, and that's kind of been a change that took place? Or
I wouldn't say that. I just, whenever you're going through any type of ups and downs, when the downs come, everything just feel extremely bad. Everything is just heightened to another level. I think with so much going on, and it kind of hit the fan with, having a coaching change in the middle of the season. So much was going on that we could just sit there and kind of sob in our sorrows and, let things get worse. And I think we just pulled ourselves out of that more so than anything. I think just that tough stress when we was going through what we was going through, everybody was down and frustrated because of the losing. So I wouldn't say, the message is always play with joy. I think just things just change, whatever that may be.
Just a high level of competition and competitive nature that super excited for those guys. They play hard, they play their heart out, and like I tell them, is at the end of the night when you do that, you can look yourself in the mirror and you can be proud at whatever. You're not always going to win, and you're not always going to have winning streaks and those things, but the one thing that you can control is how you go out and how you attack. And I thought that they continued down the path of my expectations.
Coach Christie, that first quarter in that lineup, how do you feel about, getting that type of start? Because that's been something in the past that, not exactly the play or anything like that, but it seemed like it's improving each game.
Just trying to get them to be aggressive, trust each other, and play for each other. When I look down at the stat sheet and I see 31 assists, I'm smiling. When I see 40-plus threes taken, I'm smiling. And most of those are going to be where we get in the paint, play off 2 feet under control, spray the ball out. You got it, shoot it. If you don't, give it one more drive, kick it, and continue on doing that. And those type of things, it's contagious. Everyone's touching the ball, everyone feels good about themselves, then we go to the other end and help each other the same way.
34 points off turnovers tonight. Just what do you think of your guys' ball pressure and being able to score on the other end there?
Yeah, it's tough. That's not going to obviously happen every night, especially against great players like Steph. It's not. But that type of commitment, and that's why I told him, commitment to a game plan it says everything about them. It just has nothing to do with what I do. You guys committed to it. You guys held each other accountable. You guys fought for each other. You multiple effort for each other. And that's all you can ask. Will you always get this result? No. I think that's not it. But the result that you will get is continued effort, continue down the path of us to establish our identity.
Then Devin also talked about denying Steph Curry. He and Keon sort of shared that responsibility. Just what do you think of their impact tonight doing that?
I thought both of them were so tired that one of them asked to come out. I'm not going to say which one of them it was, and that's the type of effort that you want. Steph is an absolute monster. He's been that in this league. He's one of the greatest that's ever done it. So you're not going to stop him, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're just trying to make it as difficult as humanly possible. And I thought both of those guys tried as hard as they possibly could. And then on the backside, everybody is helping. Everybody's in gaps and just trying to limit his touches and his threes. They did a really solid job.
Coach, with De'Aaron out and the way Malik stepped up, how big was that?
I'm so proud of that kid, man. Like, we've had, before I sitting in this seat, we've had multiple conversations just about everything. And I've always told him, believe in yourself. I believe in you. You are a tremendous, fantastic player. And play through your mistakes. You're going to make them. This is a game of mistakes. Who makes the least amount of mistakes usually wins the ball game. And he just is about as free as I've ever seen him, and we'll live with some of the things that he does, and his greatness will continue to shine because the kid is great.
Doug, two questions if I can. One, just the energy that we've seen these last few games from these guys, it seems to be noticeably different. What's your sense of what's happening there?
I think that they're playing for each other. I'm trying to get them to understand that, like, that's the way basketball should be played in my mind. It's not like golf and tennis. It's different. Those are sports. They're individual sports. You got a support staff around you, obviously, but this is a team sport. And in team sport, you got teams that play one-man basketball, two-man basketball. I'm looking for five-man basketball, and that's a really high level. This is what this fantastic fan base and team has done for many years that led them to championships. It's all of them playing, balls moving, guys are cutting. I'm cutting for my teammate. I'm moving the ball. I'm sharing the ball. I'm rebounding. I'm all those things, and I think there's a joy in that, and I think that's a little bit of what you're recognizing.
Okay, and then that sequence where Keon took the shot in the back and went down, and then you stepped out on the floor. It looked like maybe there were some words exchanged. Can you just tell us what was going on there?
I mean, I'm just always protecting my player. That's really all it is. I have the utmost respect for every single player over there. I know from playing in this league what they go through and watching them reach the highest level, so it's nothing but love. The competitive nature of the game is the competitive nature, and I think that you respect that. I respect how hard they play. I respect how they get after it. But one thing, make no mistake about it, is I'm going to defend my guys because they deserve that. They play hard, and I'm going to be right there for them.
Doug, you have Miami obviously tomorrow, and then go on the road for Boston. What are you doing to prepare for Boston? Obviously, you have Miami before them, but these two teams coming up. What's kind of the message and the preparation for those?
Man, you realize I just got this job, right? Yeah, man, I ain't thought that far ahead. I hadn't got past today. I do know that we got Miami tomorrow. I do know that, and I played against Eric in college. He was a heck of a player, and now as a coach, he's about as good as it gets. So I know one thing: they play extremely hard, and they will be prepared. And that's what I expect. We're going to play extremely hard, and we will be prepared. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.